Hello and welcome to In Business Talks to Friday Fix. We're your hosts, husband and wife team Tracy and Ian, founders of In Business, a networking and business support community. Along with our guests, we come together to bring you information, education and knowledge to help you grow your business.
Get ready to laugh, learn and be inspired as we talk to Judy Parsons about LinkedIn company pages. She'll be sharing her thoughts and insights that will have you glued to your headphones.
So sit back, relax and let's start the journey together. This is In Business Talks to Friday Fix, your ultimate destination for business insights from our business friends.
Okay, well, welcome to our Friday Fix today. We have with us the lovely Judy Parsons, the LinkedIn lady. Welcome, Judy. It's lovely to see you.
Hello. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, Judy. Good to see you. I suppose we should start by asking you, tell us a little bit about what you do, Judy.
If it's not obvious, but with that.
Oh, yeah. Is it something to do with LinkedIn by any chance?
It might be. Absolutely, yeah. So I'm actually celebrating 10 years as the LinkedIn lady in February.
Wow.
Next week, which is super exciting. And basically, for the last 10 years, I've been working with business owners and sales teams on helping them figure out exactly how the heck to use LinkedIn in order to generate inbound inquiries. So I do training and profile rewrites and for marketing and for sales teams and for business owners, basically.
Right. Well, can I just ask a question? A question just popped into my head.
Ooh.
How did you get involved in LinkedIn? Did you suddenly wake up one morning thinking, I'm going to be the LinkedIn lady? What was it that got you into it? I mean,
yeah, it's a really good question, isn't it? My background is in B2B marketing, business marketing. I used to work for an IT company and then a telecoms company. And my job was generating leads for the sales teams. So I got that new business development marketing background. And the company I was working for, a telecoms company based in Wakefield, they moved the marketing team down to Hemel Hempstead, which was okay. I still would have worked from Wakefield, but regular visits to Hemel just didn't appeal. So I decided to take voluntary redundancy. And at this point in my story is where I talk about trying on different coats. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do online marketing. And I did all sorts of things. And I was doing WordPress websites for a few years after leaving full-time employment. And then somebody just said to me, what about this LinkedIn then? And this was in 2012, and I'd been doing WordPress websites, not very well, to say the least, but I've been playing with them. And I realised, I went and had a look at LinkedIn. I've been on LinkedIn since Valentine's 2006 is when I created an account. So I always like to say that's when my love affair with LinkedIn started. But it was actually in 2012 where I realised what a powerful platform LinkedIn is for business development. The fact that you've got all these people, all that data is at your fingertips. You can find the people you want to meet. You can get in touch with them. They respond to your messages. And I was just blown away and really excited about the benefits that LinkedIn gave you. And I just found the code that fitted. I realized this was me. It resonated with me. I got it. I got excited about it. And so I pivoted as people are doing now since COVID.
Yeah.
And I went network. I started offering LinkedIn training. And then somebody said, well, you're that LinkedIn lady, aren't you? I'll have that. And so here I am 10 years on. Still the LinkedIn lady.
I'm loving it.
Yeah. Still as enthusiastic, which is good.
Yeah, because LinkedIn is a bit of a minefield, isn't it? If you don't know what you're doing.
Do you know, the thing with LinkedIn is that there's a lot that you can do with it. There's so many things. It's like anything, I don't call myself clever or anything like that. You just don't know what you don't know. And everybody has their expertise in something. And there's lots of things I don't know. But LinkedIn can be a little bit overwhelming because there is so much you can do with it. So it's just about showing people, well, this is what you can do, and then how they can apply it to their business. So it's not about doing everything, but it's taking the bits that will work for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
So today we're going to talk about company pages because they're kind of a different entity altogether, aren't they, from your personal profiles? So I think if we start off with what are they? What are company pages, and
what should we know about them? Yeah.
So exactly. So on LinkedIn, obviously, when we create an account, we always create a personal profile. So in order to have a company page, or as LinkedIn rebranded them cleverly as LinkedIn pages, but basically they're a page for your company. So you have a page for your personal, which is your personal profile, and then you can have a page for your company. And, for me, company pages, LinkedIn, I always say this about LinkedIn, LinkedIn giveth, as in it gives you lots of really features, then it takes them away, and then it gives back. And LinkedIn, basically, it used to have some good features on company pages, then changed it all and got rid of them, and then now brought more features back, some of the old features, and then newer features as well, to make company pages a really viable and interesting place to promote your business. And I think we have to be clear that LinkedIn, for me, is very much a person-to-person platform. So we are always, I'm a big believer that LinkedIn is a networking tool, networking platform. So, very much like you guys, when we go networking face-to-face, LinkedIn supports that networking on a individual personal profile level. So we have conversations with people. And I'm a solo business owner, and I always like to drive people to my personal profile. However, because LinkedIn have beefed up company pages so much, it's an opportunity for you to raise a profile of your company as well. And it has, I'm sure we'll talk about the benefits, but for me, if for one time a lot of people will say, do I need a company page? And if you're a solo business owner like me, my answer to that has always been yes, because it puts a branding on your LinkedIn profile. When you look at your profile, you get these boring little put my teeth back in, boring little grey boxes. And it just makes your profile look a bit more professional, makes you look a bit more professional by having that company page there. So it's if we think of a personal page is for you, a LinkedIn page or company page is for your company.
Right.
Right. Okay. How important are they then? Is it going to make everybody's life twice as hard on LinkedIn by having a company page? Would you say you've really got to have one?
So that's really interesting. So yes, I would say you have to have one. Whatever, if you have your own company and you've got a logo and branding, you have to have one for sure, just because of that pure reason of putting the branding on your personal profile. But it's really interesting. You should ask that question about, is it more work than for everyone else? And a little bit it is, because with your personal profiles, we have connections. We build a network and you have people following you. And so the people who follow you then have the opportunity to see the content you post. On a company page, only the followers of your company page have the opportunity to see what you post. So then you're having to build followers up for your company page as well as your personal profile. So in that instance, yes, it is more work. For me, for example, I've got sort of, I don't know, 8,000 odd followers. But on my company page, I've got about 800 followers. So I've only got a 10 of the followers on my company page as I have on my personal profile. But for me, it's about, it's not about adding to your workload. It's about how you can use the features that LinkedIn have now introduced for company pages to your benefit.
Right.
And so I actually, when it comes to posting content, will always post first to my personal profile, always. And again, we have to bear in mind the type of companies. If you're a company with employees, then it's a different objective. But if you're an individual business, maybe with just yourself or one other person, you'll definitely want to drive more traffic through your profile. But it does depend on the objectives of the company. For marketing teams, I go into companies and train their marketing teams on company pages because it helps them promote their company on LinkedIn. So they'll might have a number of sales teams and salespeople in their team and things like that. So that is one thing you have to be careful of. But from a personal, individual business owner's perspective, it's the features that they've introduced that make it exciting, as far as I'm concerned.
What are these
Fine.
features? We're all dying to know. We're dying. Yeah. Are you going to
Tell us what they are and why we should use them. Yeah.
Why you should use them?
We're keen now, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, so first of all, you have both your personal profile and your company page are websites, and they will get you found on Google. So often I'll say to people, have a company page, if only to put the branding on your profile and only for the benefits, the SEO benefits. So, it's a free site. It gets you found on Google. The SEO is done for you and it's free to host, so it's free essentially. So why not?
Yeah.
Why
Why
not have
not?
the opportunity to have as much
Yeah.
presence on the internet to get found on Google or whatever as possible? But the other key thing for that as well is that you can actually change the URL of your company page to keywords. So I have a company page called LinkedIn Training Yorkshire, which will come up on top of the list of a Google search for anybody looking for LinkedIn Training Yorkshire.
Ah.
So, I always ask how did you come to me? How did you find me? And, obviously, also, that either it's because somebody mentioned me or they saw me on LinkedIn or they found me on Google. And if they found me on Google, it's very unlikely it's my website, because I will put my hand up here and go, I don't, LinkedIn is my website. I thought I needed a website to be a grown-up business owner. Decided, but I don't really insist. I don't think it's not my website that's coming up, but it's my company page or my company pages. So that's really important. And you can have more than one company page. You can have more than one current role, and you can have different company pages linked to each role, which often it works very well for people who will say, what do you do if you've got more than one job or one role, which is one of the big challenges on LinkedIn, in which case have two current roles and two company pages to talk about it. So first and foremost, that for me is a big reason why you should have a company page, because it gets you found on Google. Then the other thing that LinkedIn have done is introduced LinkedIn events on company pages. So you can do an event from your personal profile, but you can also do one from your company page. And it's this that I have used to build my mailing list. This is the one activity that I use my LinkedIn company page for, and it's grown my email list from something like 200 to over 2,000, purely using LinkedIn events on my company page. And to me, as a single business owner, that's hugely powerful, because what we want to do on LinkedIn, as much as I love LinkedIn, we're not there to sell on LinkedIn. For me, LinkedIn is all about opening the door to conversations. So we need to, find people, build that know, like, and trust on LinkedIn, and get them to a position where they're happy to come off LinkedIn and either have a Zoom call with us or a one-to-one or whatever that may be. And another way of getting people off LinkedIn is into your email list. So if you've got something of free that you can offer people, so I have a free ebook, a free LinkedIn profile ebook, actually not a company page, perhaps I should do one on company pages. I should write that down. I remember I'll put that
write
in
it
the
down. Write down before you forget, Judy. Yeah, write that down. Yeah.
Next time we see you, we'll see if you've done it.
But so that's another way of taking people, because we don't own LinkedIn, and we know LinkedIn changes and we have no control over it whatsoever. So LinkedIn may decide one day to take something away, and it's gone. And stuff, or it might go forever. LinkedIn suddenly disappears. We're kind of, all that connection information, all those people that we've met on LinkedIn is kind of gone. So we do need to be using LinkedIn to build our own database or data. So getting people onto your mailing list is a really good thing for business owners to be doing. And that for me, that has really been a really powerful feature of LinkedIn, because I know why I use the company page versus the personal profile, because on the company page, if you create an event on the company page, LinkedIn has something called lead gen forms. And what that allows you to do is, if you create an event and invite people to it, when they accept, a box appears and it's already pre-populated with their name and email address. They click on submit, That then goes into a CSV file, which I can then download, and I've got their names and I've got their email addresses, and I can then invite them. You can send emails to them saying, thanks for registering for my event, and you can send follow-up messages going, don't forget the event's on. And that's hugely powerful. So we can go in and we can start growing the followers on our company page, and I will go and invite people to follow the company page, but I don't make it a key job. I'd rather grow my connections or my followers on my personal profile. So for people, and this is why I want sort of business owners in particular, is to understand the features within the pages and then use the bits or the features that is useful for them, which is relevant across LinkedIn. As I say, there's so many things we can do with LinkedIn. It's taking the bits that are going to work for you.
Right. Sorry, Tris, just a look. It's a bit of an aside. Are you better with connections or followers? I always find this really confusing.
Well, that's followers on your company page, doesn't it? You can't
So it's always followers on the company page. Yeah. Absolutely. And before I answer that question, Ian, just going back to the company page and the followers, the stats that you get on company pages are really good as well. So you can use your company page to kind of test content as well to see what kind of engagement, especially for your larger companies and the marketing teams. You can sort of track and see what content is working, what's getting that engagement. I do think that content on company pages lacks visibility at the moment. We can follow a company page, which means we have the opportunity to see the content. But I still think that, getting people to engage with company pages is still challenging, shall we say.
Yes,
because I think even if you follow a company page, I do see posts from company pages that I'm following, but I still think the reach and visibility there's still more work to do on that. And that's, again, for marketing teams, is something to look at. How do they increase the reach and impact of their individual company page posts? So on company pages, yes, we just have followers. You can only follow. You can't connect as a company on LinkedIn. But from an individual perspective, connections and followers. So connections, you can have up to 30,000 connections, which for most people is more than enough. And then for followers, you can have infinite numbers of followers, thousands and hundreds of thousands of followers. So followers are second degree or third degree connections. Connections are always going to be people who are directly first degree connected to you. And I like connections because connections allow you to do a little bit more than what you can do with followers. So with connections, I can invite them to my events. I can invite them to follow my company page. I can message them on LinkedIn. You can't do that with your followers. But what I really like about a new thing that LinkedIn have introduced now is if somebody follows you on LinkedIn, they then get an invitation to subscribe to your newsletter, which I love. So which has been a positive step forward, I think, for LinkedIn, because growing your newsletter subscribers. So if somebody's following you, they're obviously interested in what you've got to say. So followers have the opportunity to see the content that you post. So you don't get to see their content, but they're putting their hands up to say they're interested in the content that you're sharing, and they're wanting to have the opportunity to see that. So followers is good, for sure, in terms of your content. So LinkedIn is really going down, with the content, with creator mode, it's really pushing content. It annoys me a little bit because, I know I love LinkedIn, but it still annoys me. A friend of mine said, my relationship with LinkedIn is like with a boyfriend, and we keep falling out, arguing, and then getting back together. I wish we laugh because I think that is quite a good description. But yeah, for me, LinkedIn is about networking, and it's pushing because it wants to keep people on the platform. So it's pushing us all to be these amazing content creators. And not everybody is a natural content creator and stuff. No. So that's not always the reason why people want to use LinkedIn. But they're really pushing followers now and encouraging people through creator mode to create content by offering people the ability to do lives and newsletters and things like that. So, do
you think the newsletters are useful then to do?
So I was this hugely lucky to get newsletters like a year before they went out. That was pure fluke. LinkedIn has a thing of bringing in new features and rolling them out quite slowly. I'm still waiting to get some better features in terms of the content analytics for my personal profile. That you're supposed to have better analytics. I still haven't got that. I haven't got the new scheduling feature yet. But for some bizarre reason, I managed to get newsletters like a year before. So obviously being in that early sort of initial time, LinkedIn, having a LinkedIn newsletter meant that your newsletter got pushed out and your content got seen a lot more. With newsletters, it's about having a strategy, I think. And what's good about a newsletter is that you can invite your connections to the first time you publish an article within your newsletter. It will send a notification out to all of your connections, inviting them to subscribe to your newsletter.
Right.
And then what happens is that when people subscribe every time you publish an article, not only do they get a notification on LinkedIn, but they get an email. So you're dropping into people's emails, Outlook, Gmail, whatever. So from that respect, it's really good. But you've got to have a strategy. You've got to have, don't say Judy Parsons newsletter. It's going to be something that your audience will be interested in reading. So it's not just company name and newsletter and stuff. So
Yeah.
So what should we be posting on our company pages? Should it be different to what we put on our profile pages?
So I think the whole content strategy, whether it's personal or company, encompasses everything you do, from what your blogs you do on your website and anything else that you do on other social media platforms. I don't think you have to have content that's different for LinkedIn. You may have to present it slightly differently in terms of you don't have so many hashtags as you would on Instagram or something like that. But in terms of LinkedIn personal and company page, absolutely not. It's the same content. What I might, if I'm working with a company on their content, what I might do is I'll create 2 separate posts. One which is a bit more personable to go on the individual profile, and one that's a little bit not too corporative, but a bit more formal, if you like, to go on the company page. But what I generally do is I'll either, as I say, I always post to my personal profile first, and then I'll share it to my company page. So I'm not actually creating anything unique, apart from my LinkedIn logins, which I run from the company page.
God, I never think to do that.
What, share it?
On the company page? No. I know we've got one, but I'm really rubbish at using our company page. I forget it's there half the time. I just...
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the thing,
I'm in trouble now.
Well, I think that's the thing, isn't it? And again, it comes down to you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know how within the company page. But it may well be that the company page isn't important. It's about, you have to start with your why and your objectives and what is it you want to do, and what other marketing are you doing outside of LinkedIn. I think it's really important. And how can you integrate what you do outside of LinkedIn in terms of marketing with LinkedIn? Because, for me, I'm a big believer, and again, any website people will go, oh. But, for me, I'm a big believer of putting my stuff on LinkedIn rather than trying to get people off LinkedIn to my website. I'd rather go there to LinkedIn first. Does that make sense? And and then rather than trying to, you'll see people, I had this conversation with somebody on LinkedIn. They were saying about on company pages, they'll post a link to their blog. They'll say, read our blog on how to do this, and then there's a link to the blog. Nobody does that. When we're interrupting people, when we're forcing people to take some action, which they may read your blog, but then we never go back to your post. So we're just making it harder and more difficult for people. So I think it's about, whether it's your personal profile or your company page, it's all about thought leadership and, why people should work with you and what the benefits are about, your case studies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, makes sense. I might have to rethink my LinkedIn stuff.
Well, it could be for you guys with, obviously you're in business networking events, using the company page to invite people to your different events because you can sort your connections via location. So all the people in York can be invited to York and Wakefield and etc. and so forth.
There's obviously definitely benefits to having a company page, whether you consider that to be extra work or whether it's enhancing what you already do. I think that's probably the way to look at it, isn't it? That it's actually enhancing what you've already got with your personal profile.
Yes, making yourself more visible, I suppose, isn't it, with the company page, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, because this is one of the challenges you have with salespeople. When I go and train salespeople, it's not about giving them more stuff to do because they don't want more stuff to do. It's about how can they make it easier, what they do now, easier by using LinkedIn. And so it's a subtle difference. It's not about having more to do. It's about how to make what you do now more efficient, easier, quicker, effective. And it all stems with having objectives. Why are you on LinkedIn? What is it you want LinkedIn to do for you? And is it one of your primary lead generation platforms? Because for some people, all they want is to have a presence on LinkedIn. And I say to people, if you're going to be on LinkedIn, I'm doing nothing else, just have a good profile. Otherwise, you're not doing yourself any favors. It's LinkedIn's a tool in your marketing kit bag. You don't have to use it. There's a lot of people on there, probably is wise to have a presence, but it's got to be, it's LinkedIn is part and parcel of an overall business marketing plan. Who's your audience? Where are they hanging out? And again, the content plays a part in that. And then, okay, how are we going to reach this bigger audience? And we have networking, we have events, we have other social media platforms are out there, I believe. We have YouTube and all this kind of stuff. So LinkedIn is just there, and some people just don't like it. So, which is fine, absolutely. I'm not a fan of Facebook, hence why I'm on LinkedIn. So
yeah.
We're not big on Facebook. No, we're not big. We prefer LinkedIn, don't we?
Yeah. I think we do spend most of our time on there.
Yeah.
I think about the others.
Anyone who doesn't want to, it's, as I say, it's not about spending more time. But I think for me, the key things for individual solo business owners, people like myself, have a company page purely because it's free. It's another website that gets you found on Google, and it puts that branding on your profile.
Yeah.
And then just don't just leave it and don't worry about it. And just carry on focusing on posting to your personal profile and building that up.
Yeah.
But,
yes.
There was one lady I know who got rid of her company, just deleted it. And that, is unfortunate, I think.
Yeah.
What, deleted it by accident or on purpose?
No, on purpose. She decided that it was too much for her. Too much work to have both profiles, and just deleted it. And she's a solo business owner like myself. So for me, that was just have it there. Make it branding consistent with your website and your personal profile, and just leave it.
Yeah, just let it sit there, yeah.
And just let it sit there. And if it gets you found on Google, happy days.
Yeah.
Anything that helps.
Yeah.
It's got to be a bonus, hasn't it?
Exactly.
Can you delete it, by the way? Can you bring it back again? Can you create it again?
No, once it's deactivated, it's gone, yeah.
Right.
And LinkedIn have another annoying thing as well, that they have these unclaimed pages. For some bizarre reason, if you create a personal profile and you say your company is Joe Blogs and there's no company page with it, they'll create an unclaimed page. They'll create a page for you, basically, and you've then got to go and claim it back. And there's a few clients I've worked with there and gone, you've got an unclaimed page. Very easy to claim it and get rid of it, but it's just a bizarrism, another LinkedIn strange thing that they do, where they create a company page for you, which you don't even know exists.
Oh, strange, yeah.
Oh, that's one of the things that we don't want, isn't it, about LinkedIn? Right, well, I think there's some absolutely brilliant information there. And if you haven't got a company page, then definitely go and get one. Go and create one. And if you need any more advice about LinkedIn, I'm sure Judy would be happy to point you in the right direction. Obviously, you're on LinkedIn, so we'll put all your details in the chat later.
Not the chat, on the show notes. Is that the best way to get in touch with you? Then I'm assuming it is. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn always the best way to get in touch.
Right,
We will put all your details in the show notes.
Well worth getting in touch with Judy if you want to know a lot more about LinkedIn. Yeah, she's definitely an expert.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, 10 years, yeah.
the LinkedIn.
It's kept me out of trouble, that's for sure. Kept me busy.
Oh, well, it's been lovely talking to you.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. And take care.
Good to see you. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you've enjoyed it and found it useful. We'd love to see you at one of our networking events, so be sure to check out our website for details. If you'd like to learn more about networking, why not take a look at our networking know-how courses, designed to help you improve your networking skills.
We also have a series of books available on Amazon, such as How to Improve Your Business Networking Skills, 52 Tips to Help You with Your Networking, our Notably Networking One-to-One Notebook, which is a place to keep all your notes from all those follow-up one-to-ones, and not forgetting our 90 Days to Your Success Journal, where you can plan, set and plot the actions you will take to achieve your goals.
We hope you'll join us again next time, and don't forget to rate, review and subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode. Thanks for listening, we really appreciate it, and until next time, this is Ian and Tracy, and together we are in business.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.